Hey y'all, so today I'm going to make some cake balls and some peanut butter balls, and I am going to make some little boxes to give away for Christmas. I love to do this, and I have some other things to put in there, so I'm going to make the red velvet cake balls, and then we're going to make some peanut butter balls. Now for cake balls, I just get these cheap cake mixes because I usually just put butter in instead of oil and milk in instead of water. So that's how I make them, and they're just as good as any expensive cake mix. So these are the cheap ones, and I make these all the time. So this is my red velvet mix. So I have already made my cakes and baked them, and you can do any kind of cake. You can do chocolate, strawberry, regular white cake mix, yellow cake mix. You can do any flavor that you want, but I love the red velvet, so that's what we're gonna do today. These have already been baked, and I'm just gonna take them and throw them into this big bowl right here. Your already baked cakes right here. So to your already done cakes that are in here, you're gonna crumble them up. I like to get some gloves, and you're gonna crumble them up just like this. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna use some cream cheese icing. That's what I like to use, or you can use just regular white icing. And for chocolate, you can do the same thing, chocolate icing or white icing, or I'll tell you what's really good too is to use just a regular yellow or white cake mix, make that up, and use the chip, the rainbow chip icing, because that way you get a little bite of the little rainbow chips, which is one of my favorite snacks. I like to keep one of those jars in the refrigerator and eat it cold. All right, so to 2 cakes, you would normally do 2 of these. I like to mix it up and just see how it feels first, and then I start adding some more. So because sometimes it's just about right with one. You can also, and I have done this before, I've also used some condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk, if I didn't have enough icing. So I'm gonna get this all mixed up with my hands, just like that. Just put some gloves on and just have at it and get it just mixed up really, really good. So this, with just 1 jar of icing, is perfect for 2 cakes. I mean, it's just gonna go together perfectly. So if you like it a little bit wetter, put a little more in there, but I think it's gonna be great, because what you wanna do is you want this to be a good consistency to where you can just take it and make a little ball, just like that. So I'm just gonna make a bunch of balls, and then I'm gonna put them out onto a cookie sheet with some foil on it, and then we're gonna pop them into the freezer for a little bit, and then we're gonna make, just melt the whatever sauce, or I don't know what I'm doing right now. Where am I? And then you're gonna melt the almond bark to dip them in, okay? So we're just gonna make some little balls about like that. You can make them smaller or bigger, however you like to do it. But I love to make these for my family at Christmas time. My Uncle Alan, he usually says, here, send this back so she'll fill it back up. So this right here, he's talking about the dish, the little container. He always sends his back, so it'll get filled back up. So there you go. Just about like that, and then we're gonna just put them on a cookie sheet, and then we're gonna put them in the freezer for a little bit, all right? So there you have it. It makes quite a few. I make mine a little bigger than most people. You can make them tiny and bite-sized, but I make mine about like a golf ball size. So into the freezer. Okay, now we're gonna make some peanut butter balls that I have never made before, so we're gonna do it together. So this should be easy enough. Morgan Graves, from Haskell, Oklahoma. She's a haymaker, Haskell haymaker. She used to make these and bring them to Christmas things or whatever we had at church, and they were the best things I ever ate in my life. But I never made them. I don't know why I have never made them. I guess I've always been scared of them, but now I'm going to give it a try. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some creamy peanut butter, and you can do creamy or crunchy. This is not Morgan's recipe. I don't know what Morgan's recipe is. She gave it to me a long time ago. She sent it to me and I've lost it. So I'm just making this recipe up, okay, from what I see online. So we're going to do about a cup of peanut butter, and then we're going to do a 1/4 cup of melted butter. So you can do crunchy or creamy, and I'm going to do the creamy. And then I'm just gonna mix this around really good and get it mixed up good. And then you're gonna do 1 cup of powdered sugar. But I'm gonna give it a little splash of vanilla, just a splash. I think, there we go. Just a little tad of that. And then we're gonna do a cup of powdered sugar. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna mix this up really good and then do the same thing. You're gonna make little balls and then we're gonna put them in the freezer and get them cold, and then I'm gonna make a chocolate, just melt some chocolate and dip them in that. I cannot believe I've never made these. So also I saw a recipe where they put Rice Krispie treats in here, but that didn't sound very good to me. So anyway, I'm gonna get this mixed up. All right, so I've got it pretty mixed up. Now what I'm gonna do is just kind of mix it really good and then start making little balls with it. Now these I will make tinier than the cake balls. So I'll just pinch a little bit off and then make a little ball. Just like that. And then I'm gonna put them on a little tray and put those in the freezer. There you have it, in the freezer they go. Okay, so I got this. These are just little wafers that you can put into the microwave and warm them up a little bit at a time, about 30 seconds at a time, and then get a fork and stir them and make sure they're really good and melted. So I'm gonna do them 30 seconds at a time, pull it out, stir it up, and then they'll be good and melted. You can also use these little squares as well. But I did find these today while I was looking, so I thought those would be pretty easy to get melted. Okay, so this is looking really good. It didn't take long at all. I just did it at like 30 seconds at a time, stir it up, and now it is smooth and creamy. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put it in this cup so that I can kind of get a pretty good coverage on my ball. All right, so just like that. Now this is what I do. These are really cold, so I just drop it down in there just like that, and then I start covering it up with a fork, and then I lift it up just like that, shake it off a little, and then set it right here on my foil, just like that. And then while it's still wet, I put some sprinkles on it. And I didn't have any dadgum red sprinkles, but I did find these. So that's festive. Not Christmassy, but festive. Okay, so I'm gonna be the first one to admit that these are not the prettiest cake balls. And I'm just not a professional cake ball maker, but I did find some red chips, some of these red chips that I had used for, I can't even remember. Oh, this is more pink than it is red. Anyway. So I thought, well, I'll just do this and just drizzle it over them and make it a little more Christmassy. So it's more of a, oh well. You know what? It's okay, because you know what? They're gonna taste great anyway. They're not the prettiest. I'm just gonna admit that. They're not the prettiest. Alyssa, my niece at Sweet Rose Treats, she does a fantastic job. Look at that. Oh well, okay, so there they are. I have the festive sprinkles, which the sprinkles would be really pretty on the ones that if you do the chips, the rainbow chip. But I did find this sugar here, this big sugar, and I'll just sprinkle it right over the top of that pink stuff that's supposed to be red. Oh well. Anyway, they're gonna taste great. They're gonna taste great. Look at that. Oh my goodness. All right, now on to the peanut butter balls. Okay, so I've got my chocolate chips melted, and I did the same exact thing. I just would get it out and then just start stirring it up. Now using a glass bowl is what you want to do, because that bowl is going to keep it hot, and then the more you stir it around, the more that is going to melt. There you go. So I've got my frozen peanut butter balls, and I'm going to drop these in, and then I'm going to give them a good stir. Then I'm going to fish them out and put them on this little rack right here. Just like that, okay? Okay, so now I'm ready to put my boxes together, and I'm gonna show you all the things that I have. Well, I ordered these cookies from my niece, Alyssa. She has Sweet Rose Treats in Oklahoma, in Haskell, Oklahoma. Are these not the cutest cookies? Not only are they cute, they're delicious. And then we have our peanut butter balls, and then we have, these are, oh, good night. I can't even think of the name of these cookies. Thumbprint cookies. Merritt's Bakery in Tulsa makes these, and they are so good. And I found these at Walmart of all places, and they are just as good as Merritt's Bakery. I'm telling you, they are so good. And then I have some pecan brittle, and then I have some cashew brittle, and then I got these little fruit slices. So oh, and I also have chocolate covered pretzels with white chocolate and dark chocolate, and these are look like little stars. How cute are these? So getting ready to make our box. Just gonna start with putting like a little peanut brittle all around, and then just start stacking it with different things and just fill the box up. So here's our box that I'm going to give away. I'm going home tomorrow, leaving early in the morning. I have a funeral to go to. So I'm going to take these home so that Greg can give them to our loved ones. Isn't that the cutest? And I got these at Hobby Lobby. So how cute is that? And the more I look at those cake balls, they are pitiful looking. I didn't plan very well on the cake balls because I should have got some green sprinkles and red sprinkles because they just look pitiful. But I'm going to tell you, one of the cake balls missed the sprinkle and the whatever glob of crud I put on there. But we're going to give it a taste. That's good. Holy moly, that's good.